All right, so I know many persons aren't even I haven't even sent out the link yet, but yeah, I decided to start early because you know, yeah, everything is not perfect. All right, so we're gonna make mistakes. I think I'm kind of technologically savvy, but this whole online thing is a new thing to me in terms of all the different applications that I'm supposed to be using. Um, I have I have knowledge of it, but I've never really done it practically. So I'm just going to be, mistakes and all, or if I catch it, you know, on the first try, So well, I realize that I need to be sending out invites to my students. So yeah, follow me on the journey, mistakes or not. So I'm going to be, um, I'm going to be streaming on Zoom or teaching on the Zoom app also. So I'm dropping in their emails as we speak. I told them to log on about 2:15. So, you know, let's see if I get this correct. Yeah. All right, so those of you who log on here will still see me, still hear me, and I will try to. Some people want me to teach from Google Meet. Uh, Not exactly sure if I can do that. So let's look at my setup here. All right, so I've got me this Chromebook here, and I'm gonna be trying to do the Zoom. Let me get some light over here. Yeah, so I can't afford ring lights yet, so yeah. So I'm gonna be trying to set up the zoom on this, and got the webcam here for that. And if all else fails, I come back to you unless YouTube did what they did yesterday, which is to um, block my stream for some copyright reasons, which I still don't know what exactly was done. I guess I shouldn't have shown um, C6 multiple choice thing. No, man, I said multiple choice. Maybe they'll stop this stream, but I don't know. Let's see how it goes. So follow me. Bear with me. Bear with me. We will both learn. Alright, so I'm putting in the. Man, this camera looks kind of dirty. Alright, so I'm putting in the emails right now. If you have suggestions, if you know about this, like you can comment what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right. Alright, so Shamar said, how is the progress going? Uh, Man, I wish I could voice over on this too. Alright, let me try to drop the live link in. Man, there are so many things open on this. Let's bring up the YouTube. Hopefully it don't bring up the wrong YouTube. Ah. So I'm dropping in the link in the WhatsApp group. But first I have to bring up the channel that I'm streaming from, which some of you are already on. So let me know if you're my fourth formers and you're in the chat. Let me know. Alright, what did I just press? Hey, so come watch me make mistakes. Come and watch me make mistakes. Or come and watch me do it on the first try. Yeah. Alright, so we need to drop. Alright, so live now. I'm just trying to share it. Come on now. Chromebook, you're giving me hell. Alright, so Control C. And let me see if I can paste it here. Man, that's the wrong thing. Alright, so Chromebook is giving me a little problem. Maybe I can send a. I'm gonna try to send a link from here. Should be able to share. Alright, so what I've just done, or what I just did, is drop the link for the live stream via WhatsApp. So I'm gonna go back now and drop the emails. I'm gonna drop the emails in the Zoom app. Alright, so I'm going to send it. And so I want some people from the Zoom app, and some people are going to be here live. Alright, so let's see how this goes. Start meeting now. You are using the computer audio. Alright, so my name is on screen. I have one participant. That's probably me. Weird. Alright, so I seem to be zooming. There's a share button. There's a share button there. There's a share button right there, so maybe. Nope, that's not it. That's for a different sharing. One participant can share at a time. Multiple participants can share simultaneous. And there's an invite by email. Invite people to join meeting 726-333-4991. Alright, so said before, so trial and error. Trial and error thing. And I hope to get it right. So what I'm not seeing is person saying. So can you hear me over here? Loud and clear. Can you hear me over here? Loud and clear. I'm gonna lick my bridge and teach them though. Son, I'm under the master of all these things. Should I link him from early? Make him tell me how to do this. Sir Williams. Yeah. Sir Williams, come help me out. Cause I swear. Don't know how to do this thing here. Alright, so let me work with what I can. Let me go with what I can't. Alright, so what I can do is talk to the people on the WhatsApp line and let them know. Okay, so who can? So who wants to watch from YouTube can do so. Who wants to Zoom and also do so. Alright, I feel kind of good, you know. I don't see anybody over the Zoom yet, but I feel good that I've at least opened the app. Not so bad for an old teacher guy, huh? Yeah, by next week, I master this. So, watch. By next week. You understand? I'm going to link teach them. I'm going to link my virgin Soji, aka, you know what I mean? So, watch. By next week, this is over. I mastered this Zoom thing. Alright, so sir, I'm watching the live right now, but you need to send the code for the Zoom for us to join the class. What is a Zoom code? What is a Zoom code? Alright, let me go back. Let me go back and find out if there's a code here. By Zoom code you mean Zoom meeting ID? Possibly. Oh, we can chat over Zoom too. Cool bananas. Apparently we can chat over Zoom too. the Zoom I alright, so Shamar says yeah, big up to Shamar. Yeah, you're helping me out a lot today. Yeah, big up to Shamar. OG Skull. Zoom meeting ID. Can I copy this? Alright, so I'll tab. I'm working it. I'm working it up. So mastered. Working it out. Working it out. Post attendee. You know, I had that Zoom thing was giving me. So nobody na log in from email. Invite. Copy URL. Alright, that sounds like a good plan. Copy URL and I hop over to WhatsApp and boom. Alright. First copy invitation. Oh, the email invitation, that's what that is. Now I want the copy URL. Alright, so I'll drop it here also. Alright, so I just sent an SOS out, because I'm really not sure what I'm doing. So people who can, I think I just sent out. Alright, so for those who are watching me on Zoom, I just sent out a link to the. What's up? Alright, so it works. It works. What do I do now? Alright, so it works. So what do I do now? Alright, so you're here and you're here and alright. So some people are here, some people are there. And I hope I don't make you run out of devices to be using. It would have better me have the WhatsApp on this though. I wonder if I can do that. Alright, so if I alright, so let me know if everybody's hearing me. Alright, welcome to the geography online class. Alright, so the guys from Portmore, you should have helped me out and make me understand how to do all of this, Because I know you're tech savvy like that, But you understand, trial and error. As I say, by next week, I'm supposed to master this, you know what I mean? With your help, with teach them help, I'm supposed to master this. You understand? Mr. OG Skulls, man, you play music and make me live. Mash up, you know. Like how them lock down Zoom yesterday and lock down YouTube for copyright issues, you know.
Sir, we have to come on.
Man, you make them lock down my stream. Alright, so only problem I have right now is to get back to my WhatsApp. Alright, so if I close down that and look in my WhatsApp, can you still see me on that screen? I know you can still see me over here, but can you still see me on the Zoom if I hop over to the WhatsApp?
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You
Yes,
still
sir.
see me?
Yeah. Yeah, them on WhatsApp.
Alright, I'm gonna drop down the Zoom screen. I'm on the WhatsApp right now.
Yeah, merci, yes, yes.
Alright, nice. So I can easily. Man, I'm gonna try call me on the phone. No, boss, you can't take the call now. I try to drop the people off. Alright. Alright, so how many people have been looking through, honestly, how many people have been looking through the PowerPoint that I sent to, did I send it in the WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir.
And I sent it to the Google Classroom too, but I think Google
Oh, no,
Classroom.
you didn't send it in the WhatsApp group.
Jesus. Jesus. Alright, so I thought I sent it in.
Oh, yes, sir. It was sent in the WhatsApp group.
Alright, so. Alright, so if you have been looking through the PowerPoint and you know that we should be at where are we now? Page 231 or something like that. We're going to look at factors influencing the distribution of population. And I believe the last class that we have. Alright. So, alright, so can't type over here, so once I'm joke out here. Alright. So the last class that we had, I think we started to look at some of the factors. And the first factor that we looked at was relief. And we said that relief influences where people are. So, matter of fact, let's go all the way back. Let's go all the way back. Alright, so let's go all the way back. Alright, so we have Jada, what going?
Hi,
Sorry
sir.
for drawing you
I'm
over.
ready for arguing with you.
Sorry for drawing you over here, because I know you didn't want to go Google Meet. I know you didn't want to go Google Meet, but boy, my brain old. I can't, I just start with a Zoom thing here, and I not even understand the Google Meet. Google Meet, I
So
forgot.
you should use Google Meet.
No, sir, this better than Google Meet.
No,
But-
it don't better.
But I heard that Google Meet can only accommodate 8 people.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
There are more than
no,
8
because
people in
all
our
of my
class.
All of my class go for it.
Well, we don't care about your class. My class don't want to go on here, so Alina class, them, I'm sure them go on here, so Joe.
But Deja class them are going over Google Meet. Noah class are going over Google Meet. Different movies.
So, you know what I mean? So I got to try to learn the Google Meet. Hold on there. Google Meet use camera too?
Yes, it
Camera.
Yeah. Or just type in like Google
does.
Classroom.
No, it use camera and typing.
Hmm.
Yeah, but them camera just look.
Stop the talking. Stop the talking.
It don't look official, sir. This look better.
Alright.
I'm like, no one see it anyways.
Alright. Well, Google Meet, I will try to learn Google Meet later. Um, but as I said, one of the things about population, we're talking about um, how many people living in an area, how many people and where they choose to live. That is what we're talking about population, how people are spread out over an area. And it also starts to look at why people live where they live, why people have chosen this spot over another spot. And the other the other concept that we came across was density, and that looks at the concentration of people in an area, or how many what? Who this now? Alright, so I man I saw real names for a second, and then Arc Crafter. Alright, there's nobody on my register by that name, but alright. Well, whoever that is, yeah man, learn some geography today. And whoever still over here, I mean, I'm not left out. We just try to make see what is happening. Wait a minute. How did I go from a camera? We can actually cut up some pieces of this. 2 seconds, people. Alright, I should have played some non-copyright music so that I not feel too bored.
No, Jada, no. Hello, that is not me. Who might use?
There's someone. Yeah.
Alright, so welcome back to me. Because I'm never gonna wait. You see me. I'm gonna go somewhere. Headset for a second. Alright, so alright, so I'm seeing alright, the mouse can there we go. The mouse can change the view, man. Like everybody can. Mouse can change the view. Alright, so let's go to it. Alright, so online classes going on. Alright, so welcome. What? Stop bad man the camera now. Yeah. No man, you're gonna see it, man. Because the video that should have come out before this video is actually how I prepare for my online class. So as soon as we're done class, I'm gonna edit that. And of course this is going to be a clip in that.
So what time class finish here?
Enter your word finish. Enter your word finish. So unlike regular school.
Class can done about 3:30.
Class can done 6 o'clock.
Oh, that is nice.
Class can done 6 o'clock. 10 o'clock anytime. Long time class, you go cook your dinner, come back, class I go on same way. You know what I mean?
I'll find it up for you, sir. Follow me then.
I understand, because you can bother Alien make Alien take notes through, you know, all like long time.
Shamar, you know, send me notes them after then.
Wow. Wow.
So you never get them from Alex?
Wow.
Yes, do this.
Wow.
But then
Alena, just give me your so we can get them.
About 5. Nobody call out nobody number upon the live.
Shamar, just look for my number.
Don't call out to the number upon the live.
Alena, you can send me them back, please.
About 5 weeks school no keep it up.
Alena, I'll go send.
You know that, right? About 5 weeks school no keep and still not get the notes in it. Seriously. I wanna tell me, yes sir, we're gonna get the notes them.
My after my notes them still. Shamar the right notes.
Come have them for my phone.
Yeah, The enable they supposed to this.
And plus send the PDF, right? Start. Use the PDF.
Alright, so I'm having a little more technical difficulties. O and L. So we can spell population to find the population PowerPoint. Alright, so I created Google Classroom and I dropped some notes inside there, and I dropped also the PowerPoint that we were using in class, so that you can go through it at your own leisure. I'm gonna be looking at it today too. You know, hopefully it's not as boring as when we were in the cafeteria and we have to look on wall and things. But what I would say, population distribution, how people are spread out over a country, why so many people live in Kingston, and yet how people are distributed. Why is it that the Nile? Anybody know about the Nile? The Nile? Anyone? Geography students? Yeah. Why is it that a civilization developed along the Nile? and a whole civilization developed across along the Nile. Why is it that there are so many people in New York? Why is it that so many people in China? That's all about population. Even what we're going through right now, you know, I want to say some things, but I feel like the powers that be, worse like how we have cameras over here and cameras over there, powers that be listening on our conversation. But even what we're going through right now is related to population. Um, you know, some people believe that the corona is actually a created disease. That they're to try to reduce the population. Some people feel like it's China make it to send out to the world. Some people feel like it's them send it to China to reduce China population. you know. But all this has to do with population. We are free to move about as we want now because of this corona scare. So, one of the first things that influences where people live is the relief. Now, people don't live in the Blue Mountain areas as much as in Portmore or in Kingston, and that's because there are two different types of relief. In the Blue Mountain area, it's hilly, it's steep, it's kind of treacherous, and that's why only strong people are sent on hikes in the Blue Mountain. Cadet people, you know what I mean? People do hikes up there, but they don't want to live up there every day. Tripod. Tripod is broken actually. So somebody asking me where my tripod is. Tripod is broken, but I have to improvise. I have to improvise. You know what I mean? Who like the ring light? Yeah? I like my ring light. Who can see? Everybody else see? Or just me can see? No, don't. I like the ring light, huh? But this is a baddest ring light because guess what?
Sir, what kind of light?
My ring light.
Ring light, the selfie light we put on when they take it off.
Guess what?
That's
Look,
not it though, but
look at the bottom of my camera. You don't see that?
Why about that, sir? For the PS.
A camera we are talking about, so we can't talk about nothing else.
like it might smudgy.
Look at this. Look at the top of this.
Yeah.
So clearly they made this for my camera so that I can, put the camera on it. So Mr. Guys from Portmore who are also in the live stream, or them come out and now. Yeah, remember where you saw it first. You can actually put your camera on your lamp. I mean your ring light. Yeah. Anyways, so people live in flat areas, the plains, more than how people live in the mountainous areas like Blue Mountains, because one, it's easier, it's more conducive to build on flat land than how it is to build in the steeper areas, because to carry cement, to carry steel, all the building materials is going to put wear and tear on your truck. Therefore, the truckman is going to charge you extra to carry. So all them fancy houses I want to see in the hills, I want to say, Jesus, boy, I love to live on the hills. That's because those people have a lot of money. It costs a lot. It costs extra to build houses up there because, yeah, it's more transportation costs to get up there. It's steeper. Hillier areas normally have less soil, on the flatter areas. So therefore, if you want to do farming, it's going to be harder. It's generally harder with everything that you can think of. It's harder to breathe up there. So if you want to, there are many ways that you can expand this point if you are given it on an exam or if you are asked to explain it. Everything seems more difficult in the hillier areas. Of course, there are benefits, even though it's harder to breathe, the air is purer up there. You don't have to turn on fan or AC because up there is cool. Up there is generally purer, fresher. So it's good to go up there and get some, you know, rejuvenation. But it's hard to live up there. We said even the Kenyan runners, because in Kenya it's like some places are like a plateau, so it's very high, and they have to train there, they have to live there, so their lung capacity is greater, so they perform better at long distance races than us. So there are some benefits, but generally it's harder for people to develop and to build settlements and to build schemes and cities on places with high relief. Therefore, there's a lower percentage of the population that is in high areas or mountainous areas or rugged areas than there is in the plains, and that's why Kingston is developed on a plain and not on a mountain. Kingston is where the highest population density is in Jamaica. I think I read somewhere it's like it seemed a little extreme, but they were saying that it is possible to have 1 million people in the Kingston area for a whole week or generally, and that's because the population density is so high in Kingston. I remember there are like 2.6 million people in Jamaica, and almost 1 million people can be concentrated in the Kingston area. That's a lot. The next thing that's on your PowerPoint is that natural resources. People are definitely going to live in an area where there are natural resources. So one of the first natural resources, people need water. You can go 30 days without food, but if you go 7 days without fresh, clean water, your blood is hot and you're dead. So you can't go 2 weeks without drinking water. So therefore, people are going to find people are settling where there is adequate water. Thankfully, in 2020, due to technological, wow, I don't even know what's happening here. So thankfully, I don't know how to do that. So, Milligan, if you can show me how to share my screen, I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. What do you just do about it?
Sir,
Mm.
you use the share screen where they in our center. The green thing you press one now. You see it?
Yes, sir. Oh, okay.
Sir, you don't see it?
Share. Alright, one participant can share at a time, multiple participants can share. Advanced sharing options.
Yes, sir, we have to what?
I decided something where we can change background.
Yes, background.
Yeah, but some people have changed their background. Yeah, online though. But so where was I? I was saying that with technology, water is not as it is not as we have piping systems that can carry water a far distance, and as you can see, people build them houses in Beverly Hills and Jack's Hill and Stony Hill and all of them hill there, and water have to find its way go up there. So living close to the water is not as important as it was back in the day, but it's still important. Other resources include land, of course. And when we say land, we're talking about arable land, land that you can farm on, land that you can plant things on. So, that is a very important because that food production. So people are going to live closer to areas that you can actually plant on. You may say that is similar to the water, as in it is not as important as it was back then, because not everybody wants to do farming and those things, but it is still one of the reasons that you can debate on, you can argue, because remember, we're preparing you for not just, we're prepared for life, but we also are prepared to answer questions in the CSEC exam. So you have to be able to, whatever point, you have to be able to divide up that point and ensure that you explain to the examiner, the people who are marking your tests, explain to them that this, you're sure what you're talking about, you know what you're talking about. And of course, if them find gold, people are going to settle near that area because gold is a precious commodity. If you find oil, I wish I could find oil in my backyard. I would be a rich man. I'd be a happier teacher, definitely. I wouldn't just stop teaching because I get rich, but I'd be a happier teacher. Say all them something. I can actually have, good lights and cameras and them something that when I do my class then too. And all these things I'm not have to worry about. People are laugh off of my car because the whole front type mash up and all them something there. So resources such as oil, gold, diamonds, natural gas, coal, all these things. Even now, people are finding things which are called rare earth minerals, and that is also turning into another industry. Um, People finding lithium, which is, I'm not sure anybody knows what lithium is. Anybody? What? Nice, nice. I will put things up on the periodic table. Lithium. Daniel, wizard of the boat. Noah? You know, now as I win the prize, so.
No, I'm not forget, I'm not going no more.
Yeah, there are many other rare earth minerals, but I think that you would have known about this one. And it's very important, especially to you people, because you can't live without it. No, it don't give Wi-Fi, so I know someone else say, I wonder if it give Wi-Fi. But it enables you to have all the things that you love the most in your life. Alright, so lithium is one of the components. You also have batteries that are made with cadmium too. But lithium is one of the things that are used in rechargeable batteries. So, people find these things, like especially now that in these areas that we have bauxite in. So people are finding rare earth elements, and this is now a new way to make money. So lithium, if you check your battery, don't take it out now because your phone will go lock off, or if you use a computer or whatever. The battery that powers your phone and your computer, chances are, if you check it, lithium is inside that battery. It enables it to be recharged and so forth. Alright, we're up on resources long. Climate. Climate, definitely. Um, I think we were saying that the extremes, you can start by using the extremes. So places that are extremely hot, not many people want to live there. If you have to live there, you have to live there. But you're trying to adapt. So people who live in the desert regions, the hot places, them wear, you know, less or lighter types of clothing. So that's why you may see um, types of clothing like dashikis coming from Africa, which is pretty much just a big cloth, and they cut it so that they have holes for the arms, and it's very light, it's very loose, and it keeps you cool. Whereas people who live in cold places, like Antarctica or the Arctic, these people tend to have more things wearing to keep warm. So hardly any persons live in the extremely hot places. Hardly any persons live in the extremely cold places. So extremes, you can debate that. You can also say places with moderate climates like Jamaica, which is influenced by the Caribbean Sea. So we call it tropical marine. It makes it more habitable. So, people may want to move and live in Jamaica instead of living in Canada. No. Alright, so drainage and soils, badly drained areas. I know you don't reach rivers yet, but drainage refers to how water is taken off a landscape or an area. So if an area is well drained, that means it has many rivers, or it has many areas where water can actually go away from. If it's poorly drained or bad drained, then that means that the water does not go away. So therefore you may a poorly drained area. Blessings, Noah. So a poorly drained area, maybe there are swamps, there are ponds, there are lakes. So the water is not streaming away. Alright, so examples, where I have examples here. Caroni Swamp in Trinidad, and the Nariva Swamp, the Oropuchi Lagoon. In the western end of Jamaica, there's a great morass area around Black River. There's a poorly drained area because, Black River, that's actually how it gets its name. Anybody know how it gets its name? Black River? Bill's credit. Bill's credit if anybody can tell me how Black River gets its name. Properly. Don't just tell me say, oh, the water black. Bill's credit. Yeah, me know. Your finger them a type fast.
Sir, me know what we get it. Sir, from its start. It's caused by decom.
No, sir.
Vegetation
No, sir.
at the bed of the river, sir.
Can't get that from Google.
No, I didn't.
We can tell you the screenshot right now.
So you never ask how you get your answer and a certain difficult move.
Alright, so so poorly decomposed plant matter, it falls to the floor of the riverbed, and it creates what is called peat, P-E-A-T. You know what I mean? And that has that, what we would say, that nasty looking, slimy looking thing, because the area is waterlogged, so there's not a lot of, when things are decomposing, if if there's a lot of air around, then it decomposes properly. But if it is starved of oxygen or starved of air, then it starts to decompose and it gets very slimy, and gets a black look. So that's what is actually happening. So all of the plants and the vegetation that the Black River passes over, when it decomposes, it's decomposing underwater. So the water is, some of that area is actually stagnant water, and it gets that nasty black color. But guess what? If the area for some reason becomes well drained, that peat can actually, um, over millions of years or over thousands of years, become what is known as coal. Mm. So that's why, All right, so let's flash through climate, natural resource. Oh, may I go up? Okay. Economic development. People don't live in areas where there are no jobs. This is one reason that people migrate to other countries or to other cities. So many of the persons, we didn't get to write down anything, but many of the persons that, anybody remember me saying this? Many of the persons that come to teach at San Diego, maybe, um, maybe they weren't born in St. Catherine or they didn't live in St. Catherine, but that's where the job is, so they move. I think I heard that there are teachers that travel all the way from St. Thomas and St. Mary's to come to school.
Oh,
And of course, in St. Catherine so that they can come to school, but originally they come from other areas. Wow. Not even a warning. Alright, so my apologies for the people that were on Zoom. Yeah, I learned about it. Learn about it. So apparently there is, yeah, I feel like when I talk I'm a credit done. There was, alright, so I just apologizing to the persons via WhatsApp. Yeah, so I really didn't know that there was a time limit. I can set it to unlimited time, but it's a something about free meat. So I thought it was an overall free app. I don't know, so so there's a thing you have to pay for. I don't know. Yeah, the pay for one you can get unlimited. You know. And can I set up back another meeting and just watch her? Watch her. So all my internet, all my YouTube look like it a reset too. I don't understand. All my YouTube cut off a while ago. Man. When creating meeting you set the time. Alright, so this is also a learning experience for me too. So it's an online class for me too. So next time I'm using, as I said, next week I'm gonna be an expert on this. You know what I mean? So do they block me from just starting up another meeting? Or what? Or am I have to wait? Wow. Alright, so I know you can't see it, but yeah, they're actually stopping me from telling me I can't log in back. So if you're in the WhatsApp group, please just hop over. Alright, so Google Meet. We must can do Google Meet on this or something too. Yeah, so this is really like a class. Because sometimes some people finish their work before other people, and I really should have um, activities for you people over YouTube while I try to sort out. Um, so this is a great opportunity for me to just bring up this Musca. Since I have Gmail, so if I do that, Google Meet is right here. Enter the meeting. Right. So for the Google Meet experts, enter the meeting code or a nickname to start your own meeting. But I don't want to join. Meet needs access to your camera and microphone so that other participants can see and hear you. Alright. Hello. Hello. Alright. So is Google Meet unlimited too? So I'm gonna try to coordinate this in the WhatsApp too. Oh, Google. Alright, so look like we have a lot of people over the YouTube link again. So no one else is here. Alright, so alright, so what if a problem? So why is my computer shutting down? That I don't know. Like who tell my computer to shut down? I Can somebody explain that? Why my computer is shutting down? I'm gonna tell you if it shut down. Wow, Windows update. The problems associated with online classes. Like in the middle of my class. Seriously? Seriously? Like seriously? You couldn't find a better time? Hmm? You couldn't find a better time Windows to update? Like, later in the night when everybody asleep? In the middle of my class? You decide to. Alright, so let's jump forward to what causes population change. Alright, so those were we looked at the things that some of the factors that influence where people live. Send the link to Google Meets in the group so we can access it. The link. What is the? Let's click here. More options. Alright. Bear with me. Bear with me. There is. Alright, so I am trying to present. No one else. You would have to share the content of your screen with Google Meet. Choose what you share. Great. Computer is coming back up. Good thing I had some of the information somewhere. Now it says I've left the meeting. Jada, oh you tell me sir, probably not even over here. Oh Jada tell me so this Google Meets thing is tell me so this Google Meets thing is easy, Easy for you? Who know? Alright, so alright, so I did something. I dropped some information in the WhatsApp. Hopefully it works. Within high school. Alright, so admitted one. Alright, so thanks for staying. Thanks for alright, so thanks for staying. We were about to start population growth. So one of the things, well, it's right there in the name, population growth. And growth means an expansion of something, an increase in something. Cool, nice. So definitely. So Noah said reproduction. So definitely something that is going to increase the population. Babies being born definitely increases the number of people in an area. So we call that birth. So births increase the population, and the number of people born per 1,000, we refer to that as the birth rate. Now, what other things? So we have, let's say we have, I have a bag here. Population growth would be the things that I'm adding to the bag. Why me need my hand? Why am I just use So we have a bottle here. This is a country. Whatever we are putting into the country, then that is what is going to increase the amount. So if people are being born, definitely. What else can increase the number of people in our country?
Sir, immigration.
All right. So immigration. I don't know that word. What that mean?
Coming to live in a country permanently.
Oh. So the one that will start with E or the one that will start with I?
I, sir, I.
Oh, okay. So if we take off the E and the I, what we supposed to get?
Migration.
All right. So in what is happening to my life, you explain also. You quickly explain what migration is. So migration is the movement of people, ideas, everything from one place to another. Now, if if we are moving into, then we get the IMM, which is the immigration. And if we are moving out of a country, going to somewhere else, then we get the EMI. So correctly, as you said before now, these are the two things that increase. People want to not chat over the YouTube. I don't understand. Your YouTube's so quiet. YouTube people, what go? Anybody else in this Google Meet thing here? I can't see that. No, no. It's surprising that Noah is the first one in the Google Meet. I would have think Jada would have be the first one over here. Since alright, let me look back in the WhatsApp before me chat off about. I think so since Jada love talk about Google Meet so much, I think should I be the first person over here. Anyways, sir, all we need is the link. I don't know what do you mean by other information. I don't know. Oh, that's something. Yeah. Oh, okay. Reluctantly, I know somebody has joined. Reluctantly, Shamar has joined the Google Meet. But Elena, Noah, Shamar, everybody hearing me?
Yes.
Guess what is the strangest thing? Uno, they in the Google Meet. Guess Uno, they in the Google Meet.
Data.
No, understand. Alright. So for those who joined a while ago, we are looking at things that increase the size of the population, aka um, births and migration. And we looked at what is called immigration, which is people coming into a country. Now, if there are things that influence or increase the population, and there are things that are going to decrease the population, and that is known as. All right, so those. Oh wow. Oh, welcome. All right, so what changes the population? Deaths will also decrease the population, and in addition to deaths, immigration, that is the one with the EM, immigration is going to cause people to leave a country or to go somewhere else. So immigration is going to cause the population to decrease, or population supposed to. And definitely death is supposed to cause the population. So the death rate, or the number of people dying per 1,000, is going to influence, or make the population shrink. So
What about diseases?
which would cause death, maybe.
What about
So,
like if they run away from the country in fear of the disease?
which would be migration.
Okay.
So, like for example, now, you know what I mean, Mrs. Spice posted that why she got running from Jamaica because Corona is in Jamaica. Wow, what is happening here? What is Windows 7 PC is out of support? Uh, Alright, so driving blind here because the computer that over here, so that's supposed to have my PowerPoint. Yeah, everybody has that. But now it chooses to update.
Oh, I see a cat.
Man, yeah, that's you know. It's a good thing my bed did spread. Jesus peace. Jesus peace. It's supposed my bed never spread and then sitting in my house never clean and then sitting there. I enjoy the AC and all these things. So you no I was saying diseases. So for example, corona is causing people to want to move. I think I don't know how true it is. I didn't really research it, but I saw it come in my news feed the other day that Cristiano Ronaldo, bought himself an island so that he can avoid the corona. I don't know if that was true, but people will definitely go to great lengths to avoid um, disease. So it will cause them to migrate, and of course, if there is a lot of migration, if there is a large enough migration, then it will cause a significant change in the population. So it won't just also cause a change in the number of people living in the country. It will cause a definite change in the type of people living in the country. So I'm sure anybody so wait, I don't even remember how it goes. You can do social studies and geography. No? And social studies people?
I hate social studies.
Yes, sir. I do social studies.
Alright, so in social studies, um, The what? Is there a delayed thing? I don't know. Or just the computer can have everybody thought what is happening over here. I wanna change on my screen. I don't know what I'm going to say.
Sorry,
No.
that's something that's not working with you.
I don't know what I'm going to say. I don't know.
Third class tension.
I don't know. Mr. Jada, or is it that
Here, I mean, that's one.
is it that the persons who are
Oh,
speaking?
sorry, this thing pin your, yes, when you speak, the
Mm-hmm.
screen comes up of whoever is speaking. So you
Oh.
need to pin your screen so it stays on you. The
Oh.
top,
But all of not see
tap the
me.
screen.
All of not see me even though you speaking now?
Yes, sir. Well, you can't pin the screen. The person has to do it.
Oh. Alright, so I'm learning. I'm gonna tell you son, I'm not alone I learn in a class no, if I not learn anything in my nose, I mean I learn too cause yeah, I learn all of them something. But as I say by next week, expert on this thing, you know. Sorry about that, I keep on leaving YouTube people out. Alright, so where was I again?
What's still over there, sir?
Hmm? Who?
What's
What?
still over there, sir? On the YouTube, sir.
I yeah, yeah, yeah. People over YouTube. Yeah. So yeah, me lose my train of thought. I was saying, oh, the type of people. So, or the quality of people. That kind of sound away. That kind of sound away. I say quality of people, but the type of people also change in the population because right now, it what has been brought in the news is that one of the things that is hampering the fight against the coronavirus is that many of our experienced nurses and doctors they were lured away by lucrative programs and incentives for countries. So they have gone to work in other countries, and therefore, um, not as many nurses are here. You know, yeah, that is one. That was one theory put forward. But I also know that, well, I guess experienced is a thing that is the important word there because every day people are graduating from nursing school or doctors are getting their medical degrees, all these things. So, there would be more people coming out, but the experienced workers, man, you stop me live. Megan the Stallion, man, you stop my live with your copyright music. Jada, you do TikTok while in a class? Jada, stop doing TikToks in my class. Yeah. Um. All right. So the death rate and birth rate. Well, death rate is the number of deaths in a year per 1,000 of the population, and the birth rate is the number of births per 1,000 of the population. So the thing that I was mentioning a while ago, where type of the type of persons or the quality of persons are migrating, that can influence who is left in the country or the type of people that's left in the country. There's a term for those people where the highly skilled or the educated persons are leaving the country for jobs or opportunities in other countries. Anybody knows what that term is? Well done, sir. Well done. Well done. Everybody else familiar with that term?
Yes, sir.
Brain drain, where the highly skilled, the intellectuals, the experienced leaving the country. All right, so moving fast along, um, there's a model. There's a model that is often brought in the um, so we just go back to Zoom then. No. Seriously? Seriously? Somebody's asking to go back to Zoom? We done that Google Meets. We now go back to Zoom. You'd have never guess who asked me that. You'd have never guess who asked me for go Zoom. Can't believe. You'd have never guess to go back to Zoom. After them I tell me about Google Meets.
Problem with it.
Nice.
All right, so let me see if I can bring it up here. So still a similar comment. Still a similar, right? All right. Alright, so I'm gonna try to share my screen so that you can everybody sees. Alright, so where's that now? Present. Alright, so I'm gonna hit present. So everybody see that?
No, sir.
Nobody's seeing this thing here that is on my screen? Okay. You're sharing your screen, I'm sharing a window.
So choose one of them.
Oh, you. Why only one person?
I can see no.
It says I'm presenting to everyone. It says I'm presenting to everyone.
Is it like supposed to pop up on the screen?
I can see, sir.
It's supposed to pop up on the screen or something?
No. I wanna must tell me. I wanna know about it. Bob.
Oh, merci. Never mind.
All right. So this thing here is called a. What do you think it's called? Best guess. Best guess. What do you think that's called?
I people that are. What else?
What is it?
They're hard to tell you.
What? Who said seismograph? No.
Sir, what is it? I don't look at one time.
Hold it up. Wait, where you looking from? You're looking from Google Meet or
we can't
YouTube? I don't know.
Google Meet.
Neither. Oh, I see what you did there, Jada. You just wanted me to move up so you can see the name at the top. But I'm asking, what does it look like? What shape is it?
Toilet paper.
What? Man,
No, that's some of the in front of the camera, actually.
no. I not understand. When I say
Sir.
share screen,
Roll.
no, this is actually for my YouTube. This what you're seeing here now, if you're seeing, this is so my YouTube people can see what's on the screen. But for my Google Meet people,
Can't tell some way I present them.
but the Google Meet says that I'm sharing screen.
Sorry, that's confidential
Hmm?
pyramid.
Man, I'm just a population pyramid now because I know it.
Sir, where's that way?
Um, Alena got it. She says a population pyramid.
Sir, population pyramid.
Oh, wow. Wow, she just said it. Alright, so Alena, you were correct. It's called a population pyramid. Um, well, the typical version the typical version has a pyramid-like shape, but it can have different. Present entire screen.
Yes, sir.
Present entire screen. You're sharing your screen. You're presenting your screen. So. mm, Everybody should be able to see that.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so the typical shape of it here is that triangular shape. So they call it a population pyramid. It is also called an age-sex pyramid. Strange name, or is it an appropriate name? What do you think?
Sir, come on.
Is it a strange name or is it an appropriate name?
What's the name?
Age-sex pyramid. Do you think it's an appropriate name or it's an inappropriate name?
Because the age gender, sir, then could never get the sex.
Well, that's how people used to talk back in the day. Apparently, gender is a. Alright, so over the, as you can see, it's color coded blue on this diagram, blue and pink, which are traditionally blue for males,
What about for the music them like please?
pink for females. So on one side of the pyramid, on the left side here, it represents the male people of the population, and over on the right side here, it's the female side of the population. Along this y-axis thing here, along the y-axis, it would represent the age of the people of the population. So the total population is represented here, and it starts with this level here. Anybody? Man, I don't even know what's happening.
I want their music. Shamar.
Just go on a program to as in not young.
How I can get back everybody on my screen? Milligan. Stop get trouble on Milligan. Milligan, are you get trouble? Milligan, I don't want to hear Shamar and Milligan, I don't want to hear no inappropriate, you know. So now you're playing a new cartel for my life, you know.
Everybody just mute their mic.
Yeah, man. Say them mic here to set them say everything they pick up.
What is? Well, you know what, broadcast nothing from YouTube, cause YouTube we pick up a car a pass and tell me which song. No, that reach me. That reach me. Somebody park outside and. Alright, so the population pyramid, one side of it, the left side is for the males, the right side of it is for the females. Along the y axis is the. Me can't. Alright, me don't know how I send it go over the phone. Yeah. That is the thing. Guys from Portman, I don't know how I send it go over the phone. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna try something. Alright, so this. Alright, so it should be the last thing that me. It should have been the last thing that me copied. Let's see if. Alright, so everybody's near them computer? Is. I don't know. What will I use? Alright, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this PowerPoint in the WhatsApp. I'm going to drop the PowerPoint in the WhatsApp.
Oh, quickly.
Alright, so I'm going to drop the PowerPoint in the WhatsApp so that we can follow same time. So people not go on Google Classroom. Nobody goes on Google Classroom.
Yes,
I did there.
So
Yes, sir.
so no see me something them put it no download them. Yes, because me can't talk. I just talk and I don't know what me talk about. Cause we not follow.
So which one is about population distribution or population in the Caribbean?
Both of them supposed to have information on there.
What's the class code for class name? This class name?
I'm gonna drop it. Me drop it in another WhatsApp here. I gotta go back up and check.
But sir, why you send me if it's already there that we come to?
Because apparently we not go on Google Classroom.
Sir, I think go.
Yes.
I mean, the class code is UBHAUG. We just missing.
Alright, so I was saying that the Population pyramid. How many people have ever seen the population pyramid before today?
I think I have, I don't remember for sure.
Alright, so the population pyramid, it is basically two graphs that are put back to back, if you can visualize that. So imagine that you have a graph for all the men in Jamaica, and it shows their age on the y-axis. Lie, lie. Yeah, so it shows their age in the form of a um, horizontal bar graph, and then it's placed, so you have the horizontal bar graph for the females also, and you put it back to back. So technically it should form under ideal circumstances, it should form a pyramid, because the oldest people in the population should, well, usually are least of the population, if you get what I'm saying. Get what I'm saying? There should be more old, there should be more young people in the population than there are old people in the population. Right? No? Here? No? Here?
Sir, why, sir? Why?
Because statistics normally show that once you get to a certain age, over the years, well, we're looking at over the years. When you reach age, then your risk or your mortality risk increases. So your chances are that you may die as you get to your 80s, your 90s, even people who make it to the hundreds. You don't have people living to 110, and you don't have like a million people in our country who are above the age of 90. But you would likely have probably a million people that are over the age of 10, or a million people over the age of, or a million people probably age 20 in our country. So that is more. So the base of the population pyramid shows you the youngest population, or the youngest age range. Let's say from 0 to 9, and then above that it would be from 10 to 14, or something like that, 10 to 20, and so on and so forth until you get to the highest point, which would probably be like from 80 to 90, and then the top or the apex of the pyramid would be probably 100 and over, if you have people like that. So you get a pyramid shape in ideal circumstances. Um, However, the pyramid is now, there is what is called like a bulge in some countries. They don't have a pyramid shape anymore. Instead, they seem to have a bulge in the middle, and that's because the majority of people living in the country are around the middle age group. Let me bring, I can bring up another such population pyramid. Man, I can't wait till I master all these things, so I'm gonna share my screen appropriately. But if you go through the PowerPoint, you will see what I'm talking about.
Sir, if you're having a problem with like the new one, system and Google Meet, Google Classroom and things there, you can go to the staff report meeting and ask them and provide them a solution. I will show you what to do.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, I'm really supposed to be doing that. I get my best work. Unfortunately, I get my best work done in the night time, like from.
Sir, I have a question. You can't hear me?
Me, you can hear me. Who can hear me?
No, me I hear you. We can all hear you. You can't hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. We can hear you. We can. Alright, that good then, sir.
All right. So, um, let me get my marker. Let me give you a quick visual. Yeah, some people wondering which student that. Loud and clear. Can I hear you loud and clear? Alright, so we could do quick visual. Alright, so we could do quick visual. Everybody can see me hand? What? Alright, so everybody can see that? Everybody can see that? Alright, so this is the typical population pyramid. What? I'm not try to lock them alive. Okay, see that? Let me know. Alright, so here would be.
Sir, that was J1, sir. Milligan doing.
Alright, so that is probably ages 0 to 9. So that would normally be the biggest bar. Then as you go up, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, etc., all the way up to 90 and over, which would be the apex here. Yeah, I understand. I try honestly. So sometimes I do my best work, as I said. In the night time, that's when the place is quiet and we can get to actually mark or do my work better. So unfortunately, some bad 10 o'clock when I really wake up, which is when them supposed to have them staff support me. So when I get back into an early resting. Oh yeah, do that wanted to. Alright, so somebody that wanted to know if the cat was real. See the cat here. This is you. You cannot jump.
Oh, I see.
You cannot jump into my meeting like that. What are you come up on my laptop? Yeah. So you
That's Jada McFerrin, you know.
Alright, so this is the cat. Alright, so watch me now. So this is the typical population pyramid. However, you may have a population pyramid now wherein instead of having that, you may have this shape happening where there seems to be a bulge around this area. Now remember, this represents the age of the people. So if, let's say, this age would be about the 20 to 30 and the 30 to 40 age group. So the middle age people, babies or the toddlers that are folks, you have less of them in the population. That. All right. So there was a question. I believe Michael asked. Michael, you in the WhatsApp group still? Or were you not in the WhatsApp group? Yeah. Drop me a message if you were in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, you in the WhatsApp, Michael? Yes or no? All right. Well, the link is in the code's not working. All right, try again, Michael, and I will see. Probably when I was drawing, I wasn't looking on my screen to add you in the class. Oh, I see what's happening here. No, Michael, you have to just stay over the Google, the YouTube, you know. I think we have exceeded the number of people in the Google Meet. That's why I didn't opt for Google Meet in the first place, because I hear that you can. Google Meet people, can I go over 8 people? Can I add people? You are funny. You are funny, Jada. You are funny. Nice. Nice. Don't teach her. If we did listen to her, would I never come over go would I boy. Yeah man. I don't know. It's stubborn. Yeah. So what I was saying is that sometimes the age sex pyramid or the population pyramid does not have a true pyramid shape. Sometimes it has a bulge in the middle. You can also have let me just separate that. You can also have this happening. Now this would be a weird and a rare. What does this mean? If you can, what could cause that? Hmm? That so many that the majority of people in your country are actually senior citizens. So this is not a typical thing. This is not something that happens that is even supposed to happen, but it can. It's a possibility. So it would mean then that our older folks are living much longer life. It also, if you look at the base of the pyramid, it means that the number of babies or the number of infants is significantly less. So it means that people, what could it mean? Blessings, Raji, blessings. Come in a little late though, but blessings for the entry, same way. Oh, remember for also those who are on the YouTube. Yeah, man. nice up the thing by liking, clicking that like button too. Yeah, make my channel grow and make it the live got cut. I don't know where that. Like, I'm not supposed to say that YouTube. I can't tell people to like my stream. I don't understand. YouTube, yeah, move away now. But anyways, like the stream so that it can be suggested to more people, so more people can look back at this and perhaps get an understanding of what the population pyramid is. All right, so if there are more people, if it's heavier at the top and seemingly lighter at the base, it means that less babies are being born. People are living to a longer life. Now, with the advent of better medicine, better healthcare, better food, people are not dying as how they used to die way back when a little cut, they step on a nail and all these things, gangrene, take them up on them foot and them dead off. Excuse me.
So, sir, what's the average birth weight for female?
Oh God. Yes, there was once a policy that people used to have in Jamaica that says every family should have at least 2 children. And they used to say 2 is better than too many. In China, actually, I don't believe, and I need to do some more research if there is still a policy or a law like that. But in China, could you repeat that, please?
Somewhere, I'm not sure where, but they say if you have one, I said I'm going to kill them.
Well, yes, that is an extreme, and Chinese people may say that.
That's an extreme.
Chinese people may say that's a bit of propaganda,
but it's a bit of propaganda, sir. The birth rate was 1 child per family, and if you have to have anything over 1, you will have been taxed heavily. So as a result of that, the Chinese government controlled the population until they found out that they had
too many males.
Yeah. So they started to say that you are allowed a second child. And how they got over the second child, sir, was to now export their labor so that balance out.
Definitely. So in China, it's referred to as the one-child law or the one-child policy. There are some, as I said, they will say propaganda. There are some extremes where, because of Chinese tradition, where the male child is valued higher than the female child. In extreme cases, if a family produces a female, then that is not something that family wants, and there have been rumors of female children being killed or aborted or whatever the term is, euthanized or whatever the term is, because the female children cannot pass on the name, so they want a male here. Now the one-child policy.
The amount of things that they have to buy, because the female family would demand that the male family has to be has to provide a
dowry
for marriage to take place. It's not more compulsory, because dowry is more common
African.
You have to provide at least an apartment or a house and a car as stipulation for the marriage to take place, and some amount of deposit to the bride's family.
Yeah, so to avoid that, then they used to frown upon having female children. But also a part of the one-child policy is that if the family is encouraged to keep one child, because that one child would be provided with education. Let out the cat for me, please. Yeah, that child would be provided with scholarships all the way up to tertiary education. So the family, the mother and the what that Milligan, Cooler, Milligan and the PUBG. Alright, so as I was saying, we in Jamaica who especially you have some man who just have pitney all with woman all about. We may see that as very stringent, very strict, but the families are actually encouraged in China because if you have one child, and especially if you are not well off, the government itself gives you incentives to have that one child. So the scholarships, so your education is paid for, you get grants all the way up to tertiary level for that one child. The family itself, the mother and the father, gets money. Now, if you have a second child, all of that money is taken. You're not getting any more grants, any more scholarships, any more checks for because in fact in some extreme cases they will tell you that you now owe all of that money that was given for the first child. So when you look at it from that angle, then it is an easier way. Well, the families would find it easier to just keep the one child and practice um, safer sex or family planning measures to ensure that they only have the one child. And
Okay,
and
so
on the grand scheme of things, you know that China has the most population on the earth. So you are also encouraged by that to keep your family small so that you can help the population burden of the earth. So you are given incentives to keep your one child. And if you get another child, it's not that them all run in and come take with the pitney and kill the pitney. But all of these things that you used to get, type of life you used to live with the one child, it may be taken from you. So therefore you are encouraged to keep just one child and keep the population to a minimum.
alright, sir, we like that, sir. We learn a lot. What is 2.5 child, sir? What is 0.5
Yeah.
of a child?
Listen, I it's just an average. So when you divide out the population, the number of people by um, the square kilometers of the size of the land that you have. Don't ask me what is a half a child. Me no know. I don't know how they get, but it's numbers. So once you are having divisions with numbers, you can have these things, but it's not a realistic term in terms of, it's not like you have a half. You understand? So you get money for half a child, and you get money for the other half.
$100, I get 250.
No, I guess so. So, with respect to the population, if better health practices, so dying off from simple diseases, common cold, you have antibiotics now. You have stronger antibiotics. So, people that used to die off, now you can get penicillin, you can get amoxicillin, all kind of different antibiotics to help you to fight off some of those things that used to kill people back in the day. There are there's soap. So even right now, even back then, soap was something that everybody never have neither. So um, and in today 2020, soap is going to be super important, especially against this virus that is afflicting the world. And soap is one of these things that, so it's not just all the fancy. Yes, When we think about better health conditions, students love to write about, better lifestyle and machines can make you live longer and all them something. But it's not only about that. It's about the quality of life that people have now. If you then you feel with so it's a better quality of life that people experiencing, and they are living longer and they are getting to enjoy the if everybody there work, what go happen? And especially when all people like Jada and Alena get big, them go to them university and them go and get them degrees.
Right.
Yes, now get a degree and you not see them in a yard. You not see them in a yard, no mind no picnic, or you have your career, though. Though. What do you mean?
Well, right.
Yeah, you feel like say you gonna just come breed and me have 10 pitney and me have, no, people are going to pursue their career.
I don't know.
All right, but guess what now? But guess what now? When you have 10,000 Jada and Alena who are pursue them career and them are wait them reach 30, 35 to have their first child. What happening?
Well, some woman.
What when everybody pray that? But if everybody thinks like that, then you're going to have less people, less babies being born, or babies are going to be born later down. Because so unfortunately, fortunately for the women, that they are now pursuing their career and they are not they're not put on the back burner, and the man is the breadwinner. They are earning their own bread, but that is fortunate for the women. But unfortunately, the younger people, the babies, the infants, they're not gonna. Not as many are being born because you have working women now. So they not stay yard and have no picnic.
Much of the thing, but a whole heap of that change through COVID-19 and sir. So I feel like say a whole heap of people have work after this, sir.
Well,
Yeah.
that is the impact of this is going to be written in books, probably 4 or 5 years in the future. So the full impact of this is going to be in the future. So we can't really, if we are preparing them for exams, yeah, we are preparing them for life, yes. But if we are prepared for exams, this might not be one of the. It can be debated because yes, you have students who are current, are keeping current, and therefore will be able to explain. But for now, they're probably going to look out for the traditional answers. You know, Jada, you were saying something about you disagree. Jada, you disagree?
Sorry, because
Mm.
when I disagree, because you feel like before the development me, it's supposed to at least financially
Stable.
stable,
Mm-hmm.
because being expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So, when around the people that move till my 35 or them whatever, even though I'm not still into this area, but when around them, because picking a cheap.
Well, definitely, definitely.
Sure, and then it ends for their life, yeah, children young, because I'm not going much.
Yeah, man. Me know, and I would never feel like a YouTube stream. I would never feel some kind of way against
And
women.
most men,
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
most women, when I mean it, please say, alright, me and my husband supposed to have children, not
Mm-hmm.
like maybe when you're in early 20s and you're not really married, they say you're simple with nobody else. So he's really dependent on it in the early 20s.
Mm-hmm. I believe there's even a term that is going around that say masters before Mrs. Understand? People are saying that they're getting their women should get their masters before they become Mrs. You know, Mrs. Wright or Mrs. Megan. They might get their masters before all of this. So I am not saying that there is something wrong with this. Kudos to the women for doing this. But everything has a ripple effect. It's just that sometimes we don't see the effect immediately. So everything has a domino or a ripple effect. So persons, women who are pursuing careers and delaying childbirth has a ripple effect down the line, and it can have you're gonna have less people being born. Also,
So let me say it here, sir. You can't have your cake and eat it. It's a balancing act.
yeah, but you gotta have implications.
Exactly, sir. But you can't have your cake and eat it. The only person that a man, and he can't wait till I'm 60.
And that is another thing. Whereas that's one of my students.
Oh,
That's one of my students. So what I was saying is that well, I lose my train of thought. You know, I'm gonna wrap up that class because anytime I start chat foolishness,
no, sir.
that means
I'm not till 3:30.
that
I'm not planning.
so oh yourself energy.
You may teach.
Them need to start sponsor me. So
Now looking at the camera, put it back in.
we have it is going to have ripple effects. So whatever. So if more people are at their jobs, it's not just the women, it's not just the career women, but you want to know if a man there in work and the woman there to work, then unfortunately there's not going to be all of that free time for, you know, hanky panky, and that is something that I learned. I actually learned this years ago when I was in college. I had a teacher, a lecturer. No, this lecturer was very frank. This lecturer never pretty up things. This lecturer kept it real. And she said, why you think, like I think I raised a question, or one of my friends them raised a question in class. I would say, but miss, what you are teaching doesn't apply to Jamaica because you're saying that the people with the higher pay and the more means have have babies and have more children. And I said to her, I said, no, that not in a Jamaica because it's the poorer people them have more pitney. Because my father and my mother never rich and only two away them have. Yet you have some people who are poorer than my mother and father and have all 10 pitney. You see watch our news and we see people come on and I say a 10 and 19 pitney may have and them are the poorer one. But she said to me in the class and it never miss me, it never leave me. She said, the poorer people means to them why them poor? Cause most of them unemployed. And guess what? If them unemployed, them they are in yard. And who you see at your yard every day? Your girlfriend or your baby mother. And if you 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock you see her, 10 o'clock you see her, 11 o'clock you see her. You can only talk so much. You go see one another and get and say after when you done talk and you watch movie, what else is there to do? And you go find something and do. And when you find that something and you do it, it gonna lead to picnic. Because most of the times them no bother go for it's not like them all say, alright, let's grab that condom and grab the protection. Oh, you take a pill? No. So that is why unfortunately several people who are the poorer classes, the people that are supposed to be poverty stricken, they have more pitney because guess what? They are unemployed. They have more time. They have more time for do things. I know what I go on. I just what the people actually start watch, care about the art and next year. I just chill them one chill. They don't want a Netflix. They don't want a Netflix, but I know that Netflix actually have good movie now. People actually care about Netflix. You start Netflix and you actually have people watching TV. Because Netflix movie them better than HBO movie, I know. Understand? So the population pyramid, as I said, it doesn't always look like a pyramid. So whatever it at where the extremes are, I just try to come up with reasons for these extremes. Why is it that it bulges out in the middle? Because you have more people, it means that you have more people that are living to senior citizen age. It bulges out at the base, it means that you have something enough. What you laugh for, Shamar? I'm not supposed to learn. Eh? I can't be a teacher if me stubborn and me not learn. You know, teach me something today. You know, remind me, I calm me down yard one time now. So I forget say you can't say certain word in a classroom. You know what I mean? So if the base is broad, then means that means a lot more children, a lot more infants are the greater part of the population. And that means that is you may have a great pyramid. Or you may not even have a pyramid. You may have one sitting where go straight up so. If it if
You have good teachers, sir. They not pay you top.
we're not even get to that, you know. So if it looks like this, which it can, if it can look like that, I'm not saying that it will, but it can. That means that.
Sir, that look like the antenna from a house now.
Which is right. No, I mean, if it looks like that, that means nobody is dying. That is, everything have implications, you know. It means that baby are being born, same amount of people in the old age, same amount of sorry, in the middle age, same amount of people in the old age. So that may be a stagnant population or a population that is stable or not growing. So a whole heap of things we can interpret from the population pyramid. You can know if there's good medicine, there's good healthcare, there's good quality of life. You can know if there's not a good quality of life, if there is a significant, um, decrease. So if you have too many people on the male side, maybe there's a disease that affects females more than males. If who drop off? Oh, Milligan. Milligan. So yeah. So if there are people on the female side, which is what we expect, you know, some people might not agree, but we expect more people fit up on the female side than the male side because generally we as males we take on more things, we work harder, but we also work stupider sometimes because you have man get locked up and go to jail. We have man a fight for no reason with one another. So we have people who run on top of buildings just to get YouTube views. And when they drop off of the building and broke up now and dead, we are taking more risk in everything. So we're taking more good risk and we are taking more bad risk. Because some of us feel like say, alright, I'm now gonna make my wife work. I'm gonna make my wife stay home while me go out and me work too much and get disease or work myself into a grave. There are people, so males maybe on the lower side of the pyramid, and there are more females on the pyramid. So everything that we see on the pyramid can be explained if you know what you're looking for. So, if there's a disease like what is happening now that afflicts, so maybe the population pyramid for Italy used to look like this. This one up here. Why am I say that? Watch news. No, Dave, me not ask you.
Old people dying.
Mm-hmm.
People that are dying, mostly old people.
Yeah. So maybe one of the reasons Italy is so affected by the corona is because there was a lot more. Let's say these people, especially where the corona lock off the other day, it was primarily the rich part of Italy. So it was a lot of people, older people who were enjoying their riches, enjoying the money where them work so hard for, and them sip wine and eat cheese and all them something there. So there were a lot of older people in Italy, and unfortunately, because you are older, it sometimes means that your immune system may be compromised, or you are easier or more susceptible to the coronavirus.
Sir, you can't say something quick, sir. You know what I your class.
Long time. Go on.
Alright, sir. It's very important to the rest of your class. You hear?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, young people, listen up. Contrary to popular belief. No man, I want you to listen. Contrary to popular belief that COVID-19 attacks mainly elderly people, research so far is showing that is not so.
Mm-hmm.
The research is showing that there's a predominant disposition for people to be attacked by disease, and that includes young people. The notion that it attacks mostly elderly people has been put to null.
Yeah, man.
So what
and that may I try to explain to them
is that it affects everyone.
Mm-hmm.
What may happen is that as people with underlying conditions, as Sir has said, it will inevitably attack them more. But nonetheless, don't think that because you are young, you are invincible. You will get COVID-19 if you don't practice what you're supposed to. So please, don't think for 1 minute that because you're young, you are invincible, or this will somehow bypass you.
Facts. Because it is the older persons, it is the greater chance that these older persons have hypertension or diabetes or even arthritis, heart problem. It may be they have bronchial problems in the first place. Maybe their lungs were already getting weaker, and therefore when the COVID comes, COVID is a exploiting disease, It exploits weaknesses, and that's why most of the people, they are not dying directly from the virus itself, but they're dying from pneumonia. And if you know anything, well, I'm sure many of your parents are actually younger still, you know what I mean, but they will tell you that pneumonia and a sitting for you play with. From me a youth man till me whole, my father warned me about pneumonia. In fact, he used to cuss me off because some of the time when me done iron, me I go bathe or go wash face, and the man I say, what you try do? You get pneumonia. Cause once him say iron, are the last thing you have to do at night time. Last thing we have to do, because you know, go back in no more water. Because they have seen what pneumonia has done. You know what I mean? And me personally know what pneumonia can do. Because it's pneumonia take my mother. Understand? Pneumonia take her. After she had a weakened the condition, cancer weakened her out and she tried to fight back. Pneumonia come and she couldn't fight it off. So once the mucus is not like you can expel the mucus as fast as you can. And that is what blocks your airways. And we need to breathe. We need to breathe, to live. So that is what the COVID is doing. So the COVID is not this big bad disease where just come in and go in your body and kill you off. It it weaken your body. It come like one thief for going in your body and take some things but left your house open. Left your house door after you done thief where my thief and left your house open for everybody just come in and say, Jesus, look how them thief, them thief, what? And everybody I put something in their pocket. Everybody I walk out with something in their pocket. Like, Jesus, peace, look what them do the house. And then I put something in their pocket and walk out. Cause so I'm say, I believe in all fairness, you have been great students, you have stuck around. So we can try to teach off everything in a one day. And it has been a learning experience. Everybody I talk about curve now, flatten the curve. All of a sudden algebra they on my news and them sitting there. But yeah, it's a learning curve and I will, you know, grateful for the help. Also cooperate with me while I try to find my footing. When pneumonia do or how it affect. Alright, pneumonia. As the name suggests, it has to do with ear. So what is happening basically in your lungs, you can't get the air where you need. Wow, Javad again. So somebody is asking from the live. Rajiv is on the live. So he's asking what pneumonia is. So pneumonia basically blocks off your lungs. It's like you're trying to breathe underwater. So there. So instead of trying to, it's like you're trying to breathe. Instead of air is water in your lungs, and we can't breathe water. So pneumonia is one of those respiratory diseases, and as we know, the coronaviruses are a collective family of respiratory diseases. You know.
I enjoy your class. I think your students are very attentive, listening. And I can only say, keep up the good work. I'll leave you now.
Blessings again. I'm gonna wrap up soon too, but give thanks for also your input. I mean, if me probably link you for earlier, would know all of them Google Meet and things, Yeah.
I'm not afraid with it, but I'm trying to learn just like you. I'm a quick learner.
I got save ways. We learn fast. We learn power feet. Alright, so blessings, blessings. So before me leave, question time now. Question time now. So you can ask questions about things that we got through today. If something did pass you, and you say what you want, did you want go back to that so that you can. So ask me the questions about the population or whatever. Question times now, so you can ask me a question.
Yes, sir. May I ask the
All of the students, man, but in more knowledgeable than me. Yeah, so any questions about the pyramid? Cause I'm not gonna wait till no. Alright, well, I'm gonna give you now a big break again, so give thanks again for coming to another online class. I will be dropping more classes.
Bye, sir.
Because as I said, my farmers I'm not neglecting you guys, but my fifth formers, them did have CXC right round the corner. As you can see, there are changes now. Them have to do a multiple choice exam. Their SBA now is super important. Some of them may still not get SBA from some, and yes, like them they are treat it as if it's not important. No, the SBA is super important. That's how they're going to get the grade. SBAs are multiple choice. So their time is extended a bit. So I'll also give them some time to try fix up them SBAs better, and it'll give me more time, because yeah, that did happen. But if I concentrate more on the fifth formers SBA and everything. So I got more time definitely. I think what St. Diego is doing, we're going to have geography for geography. We're going to have each teacher responsible for a particular year group or something like that, and that teacher is going to check in every week, at least one day for every week. Me might have do more, but every week that teacher is going to check in more. Well, I don't know. Yeah, so that teacher is going to check in on you and ensure give out more work, and so that you can stay sharp. Of course, you have my WhatsApp, and I will try to do more lives. I will try to do more of this Zoom, Google Meet, whatever it is. I'll probably run the three of them concurrently. Alright, so give thanks again for passing through. Also, yeah, jump over the Addicted to Geography page. Badman Jada, go over the Addicted to Geography page. Watch St. Diego's entry into the financial literacy competition. I said we win last year, and we are try win again this year, but we're not sure if all this COVID is going to negatively impact it. Cause I hear say boy, them couldn't get put in them video because them couldn't meet, but we did just get our video done early. So Noah, I don't remember if anybody else from this class was in last year's video, and we win. So I'm gonna drop that video, the last year video in the group, so I can check it out at the leisure time, because all I'm seeing over my Instagram and my TikTok is people saying, "Oh my God, I'm bored in this quarantine and we're locked down and we don't have nothing to do." So you don't have nothing to do, I'm not come on the Mr. Education page and watch two video. Sorry, bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Yes, so on if you're bored, on the company page and watch two video and fight boredom. Instead of go over the Addicted to Geography page and watch the video them more. I drop about 10 video before this done over there, because I whole for video I have. Unfortunately, some of them really are gonna be hard for me edit, because trust me, Joshua did not hold up on my video them. I must say the youth there was a vibrant youth, you know what I mean, but God knows what happened, you know. So Joshua Garden from first one, man. Yeah man, so he gonna be in a few of the videos that, cause we do a lot of videos with the first one was them. So you understand. But as I say, Addicted to Geography, Mr. Education, whole lot of things over there, and whole lot of more things that will go over there. And the extended version for the You Reap What You Sow video, I'm gonna put it out tonight. So give thanks again for coming through. Any questions we remember, just drop it in the WhatsApp group. And you understand. If you don't have this book, please read through the book. This is a nice book. It explains population very well. Alright, so I'm gonna cut off this now. Alright, so blessings for those people on the Google Meet. Alright. How about the button there? Not even. Return to home screen. All right, so as I said, this has been a learning experience for both my students and myself because, yeah, I've heard of, but I've never really um, actually used the Google Classrooms or the Google Hangouts, Google Meet, or even the Zoom app. So, all of that I learned today. I just need to refine what I have learned today and put it together better. And so I need for, as I said, I'm going to link up the guys from Portmore and them are going to help me out. And I'm going to try to link up Mr. Williams from Teach Them. Also a very informative channel. Definitely we need to, if you don't know about Teach Them, we don't know, please go look for it. As it, just like how it sounds. Teach them. Teach them! Always I make sure the message will reach them. Yeah, that is my bounty killer impersonation. So I'm gonna ask him because he always has some fancy graphics and things that go on behind him, and so I need to spice up my classes. Hola, Senora Francis. Life on the island is hectic. You are in Spain. Blessings. Well, I hear that they locked down Catalonia and a couple other places the other day. But we are not far from that. I envision that we will soon we will soon enter because as I say, we're no longer talking about imported cases in Jamaica, but it's reached the community level, the community spreading level, where so yeah, so we're not fully locked down yet, but I envision that it will soon happen because that is the best practice that seems to be happening in the other, so that we can the virus can actually die down because one person may infect 10 person who infect another 10 person, so it increases exponentially. You know what I mean? Now you have left home for 2 weeks. I not even know how that work. Like do they provide like groceries, or do they? I don't know how that like all a poor man like me. No, I couldn't buy groceries for 2 weeks or even 3 weeks at one time. If you just have it put on, so wow. But I know that it is something that it may be coming. They have already locked off Bull Bay, which is they call it Ground Zero, where the first case was detected. Um, so we have not really experienced a full lockdown, but they have they have cut out all social gatherings, whether weddings, funerals, all these things here in Jamaica. Um, Definitely informing us about social distancing, saying that we should be at least 4 to 6 feet away from each other. Only one person can leave the house. People have gotten arrested for being out for no reason. Well, arrest sound like a good thing for compared to the videos that I've seen. I've literally seen people in India getting whipped for like the police just find you outside and start whip you mercilessly till you get back inside. But it's sad that it has to reach this level for us to understand that we should have been practicing better cleanliness, you know, keeping ourselves cleaner, washing our hands, you know, not touching our mouth after we just touch somebody. I can imagine. You say you're terrified. I can imagine. You know, yeah. Especially if your supplies start to run low, um, like that's why I keep wondering when it reaches that sort of crisis situation. Does the government come in and give like grants or drop some money in your account, because suppose you weren't, suppose you're a taxi man, like what we have in Jamaica now. That is your source of income. And if you are locked down, you can't drive anybody anywhere. Where are you getting your money from? So even if one person can leave the premises to get groceries, but after a while your money is going to be null, zero. So I don't understand. Well, see me all touch my face. Boy, oh boy, but it is not as it is getting there in Jamaica. Trust me, and the good and the bad, it is getting there. So it's getting there in terms of we may soon start to get more lockdowns as the I think the last count was 26 confirmed case and only one death. Um, it is going to definitely spread more because that is how the virus goes. So son, stay safe. I've seen your online classes. That is what we have to be doing here also. And as I said, I try to learn what to do. But um, wow. So he has to be on front line. He has to be on front line duty. mm. It, you know, I really hope, I really would have hoped that so many people never had to die. If this turns out to be as what some conspiracy theorists or some propaganda people, well, I don't even want to say propaganda people, because more conspiracy people that's saying that this is a big experiment, you know, to, you know, for whatever end, well, I don't know what the end game is. If the end game is to sell us a vaccine or whatever it is, but really and truly, like so many people have to die for you to do this. Yeah, it's a sad time, but I know we'll get through it. I hope we get through it and we see each other on the, you know, other side and we talk about wow. Because the virus itself is really a vulnerable, weak little virus, but it has significant implications. Look on a mosquito. Mosquito is very small and weak, but it can spread so many things. So, so please continue to be safe, and we will continue to be safe and keep you updated with what is happening via this medium if necessary. So I'm gonna pull down my setup, my online class setup. You know, not sure if my wife is going to teach a class today. Little later. So blessings, give thanks. Also keep safe. So thanks for passing through. Also, you know what I mean. So blessings.